Your mind is the workshop of God's infinite ideas. Everything you desire already exists in the unseen, waiting for your acceptance. The moment you claim it with conviction, you set divine substance into motion. Thought is the seed, and words are the water that bring it to life. Today, I declare that you will think in alignment with the highest truth. There are no limitations except the ones you accept. Refuse to entertain lack, fear, or impossibility. Instead, choose thoughts of abundance, health, love, and victory. When your inner vision is clear, your outer world will reflect it like a perfect mirror. Every desire born in your heart is already finished in the spiritual realm. Your part is to believe and speak as if it were done. The law of the spoken word is unbreakable. What you decree shall establish itself. Speak increase, and increase will come. Speak harmony, and harmony will manifest. You are not begging the universe. You are commanding with divine authority. The moment you say, "It is mine now," without doubt or fear, doors open that you never imagined. The invisible becomes visible, the intangible becomes touchable, and the impossible becomes inevitable. Keep your words pure. Guard your thoughts as treasure. Never contradict your desire with statements of defeat. Say, "I see it, I feel it, I own it now." The delay is only the time it takes for your faith to crystallize into form. Right now, I activate your mind to manifest anything good and perfect. Say this within yourself: "I am one with infinite supply. Every good I seek seeks me now. Nothing can stop what God has ordained for me. I receive it in perfect timing and perfect ways." Your life is clay, and your thoughts are the hands that shape it. Decide the form you want. Hold it in your imagination. Speak it boldly. Stand in unwavering faith and watch as heaven rushes to make it real. Your mind is the creative center of your entire life, the silent architect shaping everything you experience. Every thought you allow, every image you hold, and every word you speak becomes a blueprint that the unseen forces of the universe follow to bring your reality into form. Nothing happens in the outer world without first taking root in the inner world of thought. The mind is like fertile soil, and whatever seed you plant, whether of abundance or lack, faith or fear, will grow and bear fruit. This is why it is said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Your circumstances are not accidents. They are reflections of your dominant beliefs, spoken words, and mental images. When you truly grasp that your mind is the creative center, you stop blaming conditions and start directing your thoughts with intention. Every image held in your imagination sends out a vibration, and that vibration attracts its counterpart in the material world. If you dwell on limitation, you will live in limitation. If you meditate on wealth, health, and harmony, you will magnetize them into your experience. The creative process begins in silence, when you see clearly in your mind what you desire and claim it as yours now. This mental picture becomes the mold, and invisible substance flows into that mold to make it visible. Your words give life to the ideas of your mind. Thought alone is powerful, but when clothed in speech, it becomes dynamic. Every time you affirm something with conviction, you are issuing a decree to the universe. Say, "I am blessed," and you set blessings in motion. Say, "I can't afford it," and you shut the door to supply. The mind accepts what you impress upon it repeatedly, whether good or bad, and then expresses it outwardly. You cannot speak failure and live in success, nor can you speak poverty and experience abundance. The law is exact. By your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. The creative center of your mind does not argue, it simply obeys. It does not choose for you, it reflects what you choose. If you habitually allow thoughts of worry, fear, and doubt, you are creating experiences that match them. But if you hold firm to thoughts of faith, joy, and victory, no matter what appearances say, you will see those thoughts take shape in your life. This is why control of your inner conversation is the highest art of living. You must guard your mind as you would guard a treasure, for it is the source of everything you will ever have or be. The secret is to live as though your desire were already fulfilled in thought and feeling. This is not mere daydreaming, it is conscious creation. When you picture yourself successful, happy, and prosperous, and you speak as though it were already true, you impress that idea upon the creative substance of the universe. Soon, what was unseen becomes seen. Your outer life changes because your inner vision changed first. There is no power outside your mind greater than the power of your directed thought, for it is one with infinite intelligence. Use it wisely, and it will make your life a masterpiece of your highest ideals. Words activate manifestation because they are carriers of creative power. Every word spoken with faith is like a command issued to the unseen forces of the universe, shaping substance into form. Words are not mere sounds. They are spiritual vibrations, seeds planted in the soil of the mind and the ether of infinite intelligence. When you speak, you are not only expressing your thoughts, you are setting laws in motion that respond to your declarations. This is why the ancient truth says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. What you continually affirm, you eventually experience, for your words call forth the conditions that match them. Your spoken word is the link between the invisible and the visible. Thought creates the pattern, but words give it direction and energy. When you declare, I am prosperous, you send out a signal that aligns with abundance. When you say, nothing ever works out for me, you command failure to come closer. The universe does not discriminate. It takes you at your word. Every phrase becomes a decree, whether you speak it consciously or unconsciously. That is why careless words produce careless results. The law of manifestation responds to the quality and conviction behind what you say. Words charged with emotion have even greater creative power because feeling intensifies the command. A casual statement has little effect, but a word spoken with belief and passion impresses the subconscious and moves circumstances to obey. When you say with certainty, I receive my good now, you release a force that begins to draw that good into your experience. Doubt-filled words, on the other hand, cancel faith-filled declarations, for the creative process cannot operate where contradiction exists. Consistency in speech is vital. Your words must match your desire, not your fears. Every successful person understands the power of affirmation. Affirmations are not empty phrases. They are spiritual decrees that shape reality. When you say, everything I need comes to me easily and effortlessly, you are aligning your mind with the law of supply, opening the door for provision to flow. The spoken word builds expectancy, and expectancy magnetizes results. Even when appearances suggest lack, the persistent declaration of abundance will, in time, dissolve those appearances and replace them with visible prosperity. This is because words are not bound by conditions, they create conditions. You cannot afford to speak against your own good. Every negative statement about your life, your health, or your finances is a prophecy you do not want fulfilled. When you complain, you create more to complain about. When you speak defeat, you invite defeat. But when you speak victory, you draw opportunities and ideas that lead to triumph. The law is impartial. It gives you what you continually affirm. If you truly understood this, you would never allow a single word of failure or limitation to pass your lips. Right now, your words are shaping your tomorrow. Every declaration you make is building a future in harmony with your dominant speech. If you desire success, speak it. If you desire love, affirm it. If you desire health, proclaim it. Let every word you utter be charged with faith, expectation, and gratitude. Speak as though what you want is already yours, and it will be drawn to you with irresistible force. Your tongue is the rudder of your life. It directs the entire course of your experience. Use it wisely, and you will manifest the life you desire with precision and certainty. Desires are already complete spiritually because the moment a true desire rises in your heart, its fulfillment exists in the unseen realm. You do not have to create it, you only have to accept it. Every longing that aligns with good is not a random wish, but a divine idea seeking expression through you. The spiritual blueprint is already finished, waiting for you to claim it and bring it into visible form. This is the mystery and the beauty of manifestation. You are never trying to make something happen. You are simply allowing what already is to come forth. Everything in the material world is first complete in the spiritual world. The chair you sit on was an idea before it was an object. The building you enter was a vision before it was constructed. In the same way, every desire that stirs your soul is a finished reality in the invisible. When you sense a desire for greater health, financial abundance, or harmonious relationships, it is because those realities are already present in spirit, calling you to recognize and accept them. Your role is to say yes, to believe that what you seek is already yours, and to live in the joyful expectancy that brings it forth. When you understand this principle, you stop struggling and striving to make things happen. You no longer feel desperate or anxious because you know that the supply for every demand is already provided. You are not waiting for it to be created. You are aligning your consciousness with the finished work. This alignment happens through thought, word, and feeling. When you think from the end, speak from the end, and feel from the end, you bring the unseen into the seen. Doubt and fear are the only obstacles, for they blind you to the truth that your good is already established. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. To believe is to see, because in the spiritual order, cause always precedes effect. You cannot expect a harvest without a seed, and you cannot expect a visible manifestation without first holding it in the invisible. When you say, "I have it now," you are not lying, you are acknowledging the reality that exists beyond physical senses. Everything you will ever need or desire is already present in the universal storehouse, waiting for your recognition and acceptance. The moment you claim it, things begin to move. Ideas come, doors open, opportunities appear, and people are drawn into your life, all to make visible what has always been true in spirit. It may look like a process in time, but in reality, it is already done. You are simply walking toward the picture you have accepted as true. This is why you must hold fast to your vision, even when outer conditions seem contrary. Appearances cannot change the truth. They can only delay the manifestation if you allow them to shake your faith. Every answered prayer, every miracle, every manifestation begins with the awareness that your desire is already fulfilled. You do not beg, you affirm, you do not hope, you know, you say, "Thank you that it is already mine," and you live in that gratitude as though it were visible now. This mental and emotional acceptance is the key that unlocks the door to the spiritual storehouse. Your desires are not fantasies, they are divine previews of coming attractions, already complete in the invisible, waiting for your unwavering belief to bring them into your hands. Faith and authority are essential because they are the foundation upon which every manifestation rests. Without faith, your words lack creative force, and without authority, your declarations lack command. Faith is the unwavering belief that what you desire already exists in the unseen and is now on its way to you. It is the confidence that the universe responds to your thought and your spoken word. Faith does not wait for evidence, it creates evidence. It does not depend on appearances. It holds fast to the truth regardless of circumstances. Faith speaks the end from the beginning and refuses to be moved by delays or detours. Authority is the power to speak with conviction, to know that your word is law in the realm of manifestation. You are not a beggar pleading for blessings, you are a creator, declaring what already belongs to you by divine right. The moment you speak with authority, you take possession of your good in consciousness, and the outer world begins to shape itself according to your decree. Authority does not whisper timidly, it commands boldly, knowing that the forces of life obey the voice of faith-filled words. This is why the greatest key to demonstration is to speak as one who knows, not as one who hopes. Many people attempt to manifest without faith and wonder why nothing changes. They repeat affirmations, but in their hearts they doubt. They speak words of abundance while secretly expecting lack. This divided state produces no result because faith cannot operate in contradiction. Faith is single-minded. It does not waver between yes and no. When you truly believe, you remove all mental reservations. You no longer say, "What if it doesn't happen?" You say, "It is done now." And you rest in that assurance as though the manifestation were already visible. Authority adds strength to this assurance. When you speak with authority, you stop asking and start declaring. You no longer say, "I hope it comes." You say, "It comes now." This is not arrogance. It is spiritual confidence, the recognition that you and divine power are one. The universe responds to certainty, not to hesitation. When your tone, your words, and your inner feeling agree in conviction, the law of manifestation must obey. There is no power in uncertainty, but there is limitless power in the word spoken with authority. Faith and authority work together like two wings of a bird. Faith gives you the vision, authority gives you the command. One without the other is incomplete. If you have faith but speak without authority, your words lack impact. If you speak with authority but without faith, your command is empty. But when faith fills your heart and authority fills your voice, your decree becomes irresistible. Nothing can stand against it because it is aligned with universal law. You hold this power now. Every time you speak, ask yourself, do I believe what I am saying? Am I speaking as one who knows? If doubt creeps in, cast it out and reaffirm your certainty. Let your words be living expressions of faith and authority. Speak as if your desire is already in your hands, and let your inner tone match your outer words. This union of belief and command is the master key to demonstration. It opens every door, dissolves every obstacle, and turns every dream into reality. Faith sees it, authority calls it forth. Together, they make the invisible visible and the impossible inevitable. Consistency in thought and speech seals the result because manifestation is not an occasional act, it is a continuous state of alignment. Every thought and word you release carries a vibration that moves you either toward your desire or away from it. If your affirmations are strong in the morning but filled with doubt by the afternoon, you are planting seeds and then uprooting them. The law of creation does not respond to confusion. It responds to steady, unwavering conviction. When your inner dialogue and your outer speech are in harmony, day after day, the result is inevitable. Your mind works like a magnet, drawing to you what you consistently hold in thought. A single positive statement cannot overcome hours of fear-filled conversation. Every time you speak words of lack, failure, or impossibility, you are canceling the power of your affirmations. Consistency is the glue that holds your manifestation together. It is the repeated agreement between your thoughts and your words that impresses your subconscious and directs universal substance to take form. Without consistency, you scatter your energy. With it, you concentrate your power. The greatest obstacle to consistency is reacting to appearances. When you see something contrary to your desire, The tendency is to speak about it, to affirm the condition you do not want. But the moment you do, you strengthen that condition. Consistency requires discipline, the ability to hold to your affirmation even when everything around you says the opposite. It means speaking health in the face of illness, prosperity in the presence of bills, peace in the midst of chaos. Every time you do, you are proving your faith and sealing your result. Consistency also means refusing to mix your words. You cannot declare abundance and then complain about lack. You cannot affirm love and then speak bitterness. The law is exact. It gives you what you consistently affirm, not what you affirm occasionally. This is why you must make your words a deliberate instrument of creation, not a careless tool of destruction. Speak only what you want and speak it often. Let your inner conversation match your outer conversation so that no contradiction exists in your vibration. Repetition builds belief, and belief magnetizes results. The more you affirm a truth, the deeper it sinks into your subconscious until it becomes a natural part of your thinking. Once that happens, your words gain power because they are backed by conviction. The spoken word without belief is weak, but when it is reinforced by consistent thought, it becomes a dynamic force that nothing can resist. Consistency creates momentum. Each word of faith adds to the energy that is building your manifestation until it bursts forth into visible form. When you are consistent, delays do not disturb you because you know the result is certain. You no longer speak according to what you see. You speak according to what you have accepted as true. You live in the consciousness of the answer, and your words reflect that certainty. This is how the creative process works, not through occasional bursts of faith, but through sustained alignment of thought and speech. Hold fast to your affirmation, repeat it in silence, declare it aloud, let no contrary word cross your lips. In time, the vibration of your consistent thought and speech becomes so strong that it reshapes your reality. This is the power that seals your result and makes manifestation inevitable. Imagination plus unwavering belief creates results because every visible reality begins as an invisible image in the mind. What you can see within, you can experience without, provided you hold the image with certainty. Imagination is the creative workshop where you design your life, and belief is the energy that brings your design into tangible form. When the two work together, nothing is impossible. Imagination paints the picture, belief gives it substance. Together, they form an irresistible power that compels circumstances, people, and events to align with your vision. Imagination is not idle fantasy. It is the divine faculty through which ideas take shape. Every invention, every building, every achievement existed first as an inner picture before it appeared in the outer world. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically present. When you repeatedly see yourself living in your desired state, your subconscious accepts it as reality and works relentlessly to express it. But imagination alone is not enough because a picture without faith fades away. You must believe in the reality of what you imagine, believe so completely that no contradiction can shake you. Belief is the backbone of creation. It is the conviction that what you imagine is more real than what your senses perceive. It does not wait for evidence, it creates the evidence. The world says, "I'll believe it when I see it." But the law of manifestation says, "You will see it when you believe it." Unwavering belief means there is no back, and, fourth, no doubting one moment and affirming the next. It is a steady, unbroken confidence that your desire is already fulfilled in the unseen and is moving toward you now. When you combine a vivid mental image with absolute faith, you set into motion a force that cannot fail. Your subconscious, which governs habits and directs actions, begins to arrange everything to match the image you hold. It influences your thoughts, guides your decisions, and even magnetizes people and opportunities to you. The universe responds to the clarity of your vision and the strength of your belief. If the image is weak or your belief is shaky, the manifestation will be delayed. But when the image is clear and the belief unwavering, the result becomes inevitable. To create this union of imagination and belief, you must see the picture and feel the reality of it now. Do not imagine as though it were coming someday. Imagine as though it were present in this moment. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of completion. When your imagination is infused with emotion and supported by belief, you impress the idea so deeply upon your subconscious that it must express in form. Nothing outside you can stop it, because the creative power is within you. The greatest creators, inventors, and visionaries understood this truth. They lived in the reality of their vision long before the world saw it. They refused to let temporary appearances or delays weaken their faith. They held to the image with persistence and certainty until the outer matched the inner. This same law works for you. Picture what you desire, believe in it as an accomplished fact. Speak as if it were already yours. Act in harmony with that belief. When imagination and faith walk hand in hand, the invisible becomes visible and the impossible becomes inevitable. So now, rise in the consciousness of your true power. You are not limited, you are not helpless, you are the creator of your experience, working with the infinite laws of life. Your mind holds the key to every door you wish to open. Activate it with vision, feed it with faith, and direct it with words of authority. See what you desire as already yours, speak it boldly, and refuse to contradict it with doubt. From this moment on, let every thought and every word agree with the life you want to live. The universe is listening. The substance of all good is waiting for your command. Take it now by belief, by imagination, by consistent affirmation. It is done, it is yours. Manifestation has already begun.